share a little bit more about pivot stage. Sure. So the pivot stage is, as I said, we go into each pillar. We look at each of your life, each pillar of your life. Let me go back here to the 4 of them, and I'll explain. So as I said, there was 9 areas of life, and the 9 areas of life, yeah, so here. So under the all about you, you have mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That's all about you. Under relationships, you have emotionally, you have family, you have socially, and you have environmentally. Then under your expertise, you have emotionally and professionally, and under your wealth creation, you have financially and emotionally. Now, you probably noticed I said emotionally comes into every single one of those pillars, because it is about you understanding who you are emotionally in all of those pillars. For example, in a relationships, it's really important for you to understand how you are emotionally tied to other people, to the environment, as I mentioned, socially, going out socially, and of course into your family. And understanding that every member of your family, you will have a different emotional relationship with them. Coming to your expertise, and you look at yourself emotionally and your expertise. How many people are in a job that you know that are emotionally disconnected to where they are? They're there for the money and no other reason. And they continually are negative in that place. And it's about you understanding that if you are emotionally hating your job, it's about you saying, right, let's put a line in the sand. I don't care if it's 6 months, a year, 5 years. That is the day that I leave this place. And then you do as I said. You say, right, this is where I am and this is where I want to leave. So what do I need to do from here to then to make sure that I have the skills and everything else required so I can move forward? And that's what we do in the pivot stages. You get deep dive into every single area of your life and you ask those questions. Who do I want to be? And how do I get there? What are the steps required? And it's a beautiful stage because it is all about you knowing where you're going. I hope that makes sense. Actually, I don't hope it makes sense. I know it makes sense. Because it really is something that a lot of us don't do. You know, one of the first exercises that you'll do in the course is that you will say, what does success mean to me? And you will deep dive into every single one of those areas. And then we do it at the end so that you can say, okay, because you'll be completely different from the beginning to the end, and that you'll up the ante along the way. But most people never ask that question. We stand around and we take on other people's definitions of what success means to us. And then we wonder why it doesn't work for us. We're not as fulfilled or as joyous as we'd like to be. And that's what I love about this. It's about the questions that you ask yourself. Because for every question, there's an answer waiting to be revealed. And for every answer, there is an action step waiting to be taken. And for every answer, every action step, you're one step closer to living and loving your life.